Receiving incoming transmission. Comlink established.
Welcome to our radio show, Creative Uses for Technology. Today I am interviewing Judy Horn, past president of the California Desert Association of Realtors, an association of approximately 3,500 realtor and affiliate members. What makes Judy the subject of today's interview is how Judy used technology to win and overcome what normally would have been an unachievable task. Welcome, Judy, and we can't wait to hear how you did this.
Thank you so much for having me here to tell my story.
My understanding is that you were not on the original presidential election ticket. Can you tell us more about that? Also, what are the requirements for inclusion for that office?
Yes, that's correct. I was not on the election ticket. Basically, the requirements to become president are liberal. You must be a member in good standing, you must have served a certain number of years as a committee chairman, and you must be a Realtor member.
Let me get this straight. When you say the person must be a realtor, does that mean one who is directly involved in either the listing or selling of property? I mean, actually representing clients?
No, our bylaws do not say you must be a listing or a selling agent. For example, my opponent in this election serves as a transaction coordinator.
That sounds as if this job is clerical. I would think the members would question the decision-making of someone not directly and actively participating in the buying and selling of real estate. So getting back to the process, the voters have no choice for president and treasurer, so the future office holders have been pre-selected. Is that right? How does the membership feel about this? If that is the case, how did you get on the ticket?
To answer your question, yes, unless there is a write-in candidate. One is safe to say, yes, the president and the treasurer have been pre-selected. Regarding how membership feels, quite frankly, I think they believe there's only one person that applied for the offices when they see one name. I think they're totally unaware that a pre-selection has occurred. That's what I heard anyway when I was asking for support as a write-in candidate.
Please expand on this.
I was approached by 4 past presidents and asked to submit my name as a candidate. According to the bylaws, in order to be written in as a write-in candidate, you need approximately 10% of member signatures. One would think, easy peasy, 2 weeks to gather the signatures. Now, the reality is the old model of realtors working out of a central location does not exist anymore. Combat that by time. You have 2 weeks, including the July 4th holiday, to get signatures. That's how my timeline played out. Even more important, we live in the desert. In July, our temperatures can be 117 degrees. Many members leave the desert to escape the heat, either for long weekends or for protracted period. So the trick here was to muster support within a 2-week period. Having been a technology leader, I turned to it. I created a short video asking the members to support my effort to be placed on the ticket. I then utilized an electronic signature program, which I sent to these members for signatures. It worked. Yes, it worked.
Sounds to me an impossible task. Tell us how you got on the ticket.
Yes, the collection was successful. Note the other candidate had been in and out of local real estate offices for approximately a year, promoting the association's education programs. I was a virtual unknown. To combat that, here's what I did. I created 2 videos. The first asked for member support, indicating why I believed I could best represent them as their president. And I sent that video at the start of the 2-week voting period. The second video, reminding them to vote and to vote for me, was sent a few days before the voting ended.
I'm going to ask you to talk about the results.
Simple. I won.
I understand that the so-called loser eventually became a winner. Can you explain this?
Oh yes, interesting. I was appointed president-elect. Loosely translated, this means I was to be on training wheels for a year before I assumed the actual office of president. Surprise! The person who was to serve as president before me was unable to do that role. And guess what? I was suddenly catapulted into the role a year before I was supposed to serve.
What happened now that left 2017 without a president who actually was the 2016 president-elect?
Follow me here. The president-elect position was now open and available. Since I ascended to the office of president, my opponent, who lost the election, was appointed to fill the vacancy.
Wow. So this is a story of the loser becomes the winner, sort of a twist on everyone gets a trophy, right?
Your words, not mine. Yes, my losing opponent eventually received an appointment as president-elect.
I do want to say, you guys in the desert do things in a strange fashion. Have an election where there is no choice for president and treasurer, appointing losers as voted so by the membership to become winners. I guess it works for some of the members, sort of a spin on every kid gets a trophy, even if they suck.
To answer your question, all I will say is it is difficult to lose an election when you assume you are the automatic winner. Some people handle that better than others. I would like to close this interview reiterating the original intent. Think of creative ways to use technology to achieve your goals. This is but one example. Godspeed, and thank you for listening to me.